Howdy, good morning. My name is Rob and you're watching Junk Monkey Treasures. If you hung around and watched yesterday's video, thank you. No, it wasn't much of a video, it's just me working around the shop. And I didn't even show you the work, I just told you about it. Showed you the stuff that needed to be done. I didn't pick the camera up and walk you around and show you what it looked like after. But, you know, it's just a little more clean now, a little more organized. Got a bunch of listing done, still got a bunch more to do. At the end of that video, I showed you 5 things that are going out of here, and if you didn't stick around for it, this is being Monday morning, all that stuff that I showed you in yesterday's video has to go out today, plus one more. So we finally got that stack of VHS horror tapes listed, and as I was listing them, one of them sold for $30, free shipping. That would be Scream. This morning, another one of them sold. Poltergeist, it sold for $15, free shipping. Over the weekend, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost sold. And a recent Ben's video, we picked up a couple of Pyrex lids, listed them both together. They sold. A pair of Saucony's women's shoes, size 8 extra wide, sold for us. They've been listed forever, so I went ahead and took a $25 offer on a pair of shoes that are like new, just to move them along. And we also sold this shoe polisher kit, electric handheld shoe polishing kit. And this is used by people to make or replicate the prop used in the original Ghostbuster movies. If you paint this black and you put a couple of little bars of LED lights out here on it, it looks just like it. Looks just like it because Ghostbusters movie prop people used this same model of shoe polisher to make those. So there are a lot of people out there that do that kind of thing. So that did good. We sold it for $35, moving it along. We're going to get you to the bins as quick as we can. I don't know how long we'll be there or if we even going to make it there. I've got to get this stuff packed up, get it to the post office, and head to the bins. This morning, though, we have another sick puppy. She was sick all weekend. It's the youngest one of the group. We have 6 puppies living with us. It's actually my daughter's puppy, but it spends more time here with us than it does at her house. And she spends a lot of time here, too. But the puppy seems to be in a lot of pain, off and on. And this morning, she stopped eating and drinking. So we made an emergency vet appointment. My wife and daughter went and dropped her off. So at any given moment during the day, I may get a phone call to go see about the puppy. Hopefully it's to pick her up because they found what it was and it's something simple and they've got her fixed up. So any prayers or good feelings or vibes for that would be appreciated. With that said, let's get you to the bins. And if you like watching thrifting videos, especially going to the bins, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Come along for the ride, and I'll see you when we get inside the bins. And just like that, we are in the Goodwill outlet, aka the bins. And it looks like we got here just in time for a new rotation. I'll hang back, make sure I'm out of the way. And we'll get started on the glass bins. There are 4 sections of hard goods out in the middle of the floor. We'll do those one section at a time. And on the back wall over there is all the soft goods, clothes, and linens, and things. So as we finish each section, I'll bring you in, show you what we found. Along the way, I'll bring you in as much as I can. They tend to overfill the bins at this location. So more often than not, I need both hands in order to dig through the bins, but I'll show you what I can. So hang around, let's see if we can find some treasure. All right, let's get a look at the glass. There is a lamp, pretty neat looking lamp. Wish that had a little better color to it. That's kind of baby blue, but it's kind of funky looking. Basic dishes. There's a little ceramic pumpkin, probably sold at Target. It's a food processor, parts and pieces. They used to do really good with that kind of stuff. Not so much anymore. There is a Mr. Coffee espresso machine and the cup for it. You know what? We are going to take that cup, look it up, and see if it's worth reselling. See if we can find a nameplate on it. What I'll do is I'll take a copy of, or a picture of this label so I know what model I'm looking at, and then I can look it up. So give me a second so I can go do that. Right. Picture taken. There's a little crystal clock. Leave that there. They just, they're still not allowing people on the new rotation to look, but that's all right. We'll get to it when we get to it. Hopefully all these people in here seem to be concentrated on the clothing, so hopefully that's a good sign and we can get into those hard goods and find some goodies. Some more lamps. Nothing that I need. What is this? Just a purple bowl made in Mexico. Plate out of a microwave. There's some light fixtures in that box that we're going to pull up here so we can get a better look at. Cased and frosted. Really dirty. There's part of a little lamp. Yeah, we're going to leave that. Get around here. All right, so the only thing we found was that little cup or carafe or whatever it is for the Mr. Coffee. I'm going to look that up real quick, and then we'll get into the hard goods. All right, let's dig in. The Mr. Coffee espresso cappuccino maker carafe cup thingy would have been worth picking up, except it was missing its lid. Squishmallow things. I don't have room to mess with Squishmallows. Made in Texas. How about that? I'd say I was, but I was actually made in Japan and assembled in Texas. I agree. I wish I was home in Texas. We need some rubber bands. I like to take my fine rubber bands. I get 3 or 4 of them on my wrist. That way when I find something with a cord, I can roll the cord up and rubber band it so I don't end up with a tangled up mess in my basket. Yeah, they do stack this stuff deep. I think there might be some electronics in this one. I see a camera thing back there and a charging cord for a vehicle back there. There's just another rubber band. That's 3. If we need more than that, we'll find one. They're not hard to find in here. What do we got here? We'll throw it in the cart and look it up later. The L Word Season 2, we'll look that up. Really not trying to find a bunch of media today unless it's really, really good. My media shelf where I store listed items is completely full. There's very little room to add anything. Oh, look, a starfish. Oh, it's a starfish turned into a cork. Somebody hot glued it. Cool. There's a cool box. I'm always looking for shipping supplies, which I need to order shipping supplies. That last live sale that I did had me shipping out well over 100 items, and I'm a little bit low on shipping supplies. I need to order some. I'll do that tonight. That looks like an upholsterer's guide to know how much material they need. Mayfair Textile, Omaha, Nebraska. It's half of one. I don't know what all that stuff is on the back. All right, folks, it's getting a little crowded around me, so I will bring you back in when we find something good, like this Tupperware measuring mixing bowl with its original lid, but it's missing the spout cover. So we'll leave that. Yeah, folks, don't send that stuff to Goodwill. That shouldn't be in here. If I did what I should, I'd take it and go throw it away. But it's not my business. I got business of my own to tend to. We've found a bunch more media and a few little things, which I'll show you shortly. I tend not to look at shoes too closely here unless they're both in great shape and both together. If you've ever shopped at the bins, you know how rare it is to find both shoes of a nice pair. You can literally spend all day looking for the other one and never find it. But sometimes you get like, oh my God, not another one. Oh, at least that one's empty. There is an earring and a cheap mounting. We'll throw it in there and look it up, or look at it more closely later. Princess Bride. I've got a couple of copies of this, and they're not selling. And they've written on the case and the print tape itself. I think we're going to actually leave that one behind, much as I hate to. Like I said, though, I am pretty stocked up on media. VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I've got a bunch in here to look up, but I'm only going to keep it if it's really, really worth it. All right, as you can see, it's piled high. There's a freaking IKEA bag. Please and thank you. Put that in that cart. I don't know why, but my IKEA bags keep disappearing. Here's a pencil sharpener in the shape of an old gramophone. Don't need that. Kind of cool, though. All right, let me get back to digging, and I'll bring you in if I find something else. All right, folks, we made it through that first section. Two of the bins down at the other end of that first section were brand new. And we found some interesting stuff. I am not big on ephemera, but I found a stack of these posters. They're all the same. We will look them up. Let's see, we found some hats, both Les Schwab Tire Company. I use them. We found a bicycle seat. Believe it or not, this can be something good. This one is in rough shape, though. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. But we found a bunch of media, and we found a clock that I've always wanted one. I can work on these. I can replace that movement if need be, but we're going to pay 59 cents a pound for that little clock. We found the IKEA bag and a whole bunch of media and a couple other mystery items in there, like this thing. I don't even know what it is, but it seems new. It's got tags. Alvord, Burdick, and Housen. Consulting engineer. Oh, it's golf ball holder. Yeah, we don't need that. But anyway, a bunch of media. There's some good ones. Jay and Silent Bob, Bionicle. There's a new sealed, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's got somebody's name on it there, but it is new sealed. There's the watermark. Anyway, I'm gonna look all this stuff up, and then we will dive into that next section. So stick around. If you want to see what all I actually keep, you have to stick around to the end of the video. I'm just showing you what I found in each section, and I'll look it up and keep or discard as needed. Would any trip to the bins be complete without finding a shake weight? I used to pick on people and tell them that was a bolo. Then I thought, you know what, maybe there's people out there that would take me serious, so I stopped saying that. And honestly, I don't see them near as often as I used to. Used to, you could come into the bins and probably find a dozen of them. Did anybody ever take those things serious? Oh, yes. Hell yeah, and it's in great shape. Black Diamond Cinderella. We were down to only a single copy of that, and we just listed it. So it's nice to find another copy. Saturday Night Fever's worth looking up. Maybe. I don't know. I've never found it on VHS, so I have no idea. Tortured for Christ. Believe it or not, things like that can sometimes be valuable. Empty box, paper fasteners. Really not trying to find media, but I keep finding it. It's all right. I'll just put it in the back stock, and as I have room, you know, we sold 3 over the weekend, so I got room for a clamshell and 2 or 3 more cardboard sleeve VHS tapes. This stuff is piled high, folks. I need both hands. I'll bring you back in when we find something. Well, today is going to be one of those days where we find really stuff we shouldn't be finding in the bins. There's an old shotgun shell, 12 gauge, and a baggie full of crystals. Stop. It's not what you think it is. These are actually gemstones. They're from here in Oregon, and they're called plush sunstones. Probably just clear ones, but I'll open them up and see if any of them have any schiller. If they do, I'll bring you back in and show you what that is. That is an old mouth harp. They used to be called a Jew's harp or a jaw harp, but that's a cool find. This little corner right here is just full of goodies. Oh, there's another bag of sunstones. Don't know what that is, but we'll look at it better. Plastic eagle. There's some more gemstones. That looks like tourmaline mixed with sunstone. This is a jewelry screwdriver. I have no shortage of those. Let's see what else we can find in this little spot. Bunch of little magnifying glasses that you would attach to things. I don't need them. I have better optics at the house. Being a watchmaker and a jeweler, I got pretty good optics. All right, let's get around the corner. We're now halfway through the second section of hard goods that we've looked through. Doorstop. All right, that was probably it for the cool stuff. That looked like it came out of a little junk drawer or something. Those sunstones and jeweler's tools and things like that. I will bring you guys back in when we run into something interesting. All right, folks, we made it through another section of hard goods, and the crowd has greatly dispersed. So that's a good thing. Show you what we found in that second round. We found a yoga mat rolled up and conveniently stuffed into a pants leg that's been cut out of a pair of jeans. Those yoga mats make great shipping supplies. Save you some money on some of your bubble wrap and crush paper. We found this Sherwin-Williams hat. I think it's vintage. It's in good shape. We'll look it up. And again, we found a bunch more media to look up, including some PC games. Here's a little hint for you. PC games most often are not worth it. But over the years, I have found 3 different ones that were worth $500. Most of them are not worth that much money, but I always look them up. Because even the cheaper ones that you might think are worth picking up are really not, because if they've ever been used, those games come with a code that you have to type in when you set the game up on your computer. And once that code has been used once, it's never good again, so you can never reuse or pass on that video game. Golly, I got somebody climbing right up my backside. I'll go around them the other direction. Anywho, we also found a Texas Instruments graphing calculator. That'll be worth taking home and testing. We found several action figures, including, let me get it out of here, we found one that I am sure hoping is worth some money. If not, I'm going to take it home, set it on a shelf with some others that I found over the years that I liked. Who remembers the cartoon animated series called The Gargoyles? This is one of those. Looks to be in decent shape, just dirty. We'll look that up. Found a doorknob, porcelain doorknobs full of cracks. We're going to hit that with the black light and see if it glows. Stick around to the end of the video to find out. Anyway, I'm going to go through all of this stuff and probably put a good bit of it back. And then we're going to hit section number 3 on the end of this aisle. And I'll bring you in as soon as we find something neat. Well, somebody got a great gift or bought themselves one. Empty Johnny Walker Blue Label. Ghost and Rare Special Blend box. Those that don't know, Johnny Walker Blue Label is an extremely expensive bottle of Scotch whiskey. Look it up. You'll be surprised. All right, we just finished another row of hard goods, and they are about to do another rotation for us. So that's going to be good. Let me show you what we did find in that last one. We found a bag full of porcelain drawer pulls, cabinet pulls. They look pretty nice. We're going to hang those to the side and look them up. Found a bunch more media, including some pretty cool stuff. Outland. I thought there was, Never Ending Story. We found this bicycle part. Don't overlook bicycle parts. I have made some good money selling those. And here's this vintage from the 70s controller, probably for a race car or something. We're going to look that up. And a digital camera, a Minolta. We'll look that up. And then we'll wait for this next. I didn't get a chance to go through that, and they're about to change it. Nope, they're doing clothing. That's good. One more thing of hard goods to go through, and then maybe we'll take a quick peek at the hard. Oh shoot, can't speak. Getting tired, folks. We'll take one look at the textiles before we leave out of here. Well, there once was a time when these wiffle ball bats were highly sought after and really good for resale. I'm pretty sure the last couple of times I looked them up, they weren't worth picking up, but just to do my due diligence, we are going to put it in the case or the cart and look it up. I love what this is. It says inscribed on here. It says the color yellow is a registered trademark of the wiffle ball ink. You cannot trademark a color as basic as yellow. So, nice try, wiffle, but not true. Well, that was a catch my breath type moment. Snow White, not Black Diamond. For some reason, I cannot find a Black Diamond copy of Snow White. Yeah, this stuff, I mean, it is just, it's hard to see on camera, it's hard to explain, but they pile this stuff in here so high, and look, there's so many cords and things, ropes, and it just makes it really difficult to dig through this crap one-handed. So let me off of here, and I will start digging some more, and if I find something cool, I will bring you in and show it to you. Ooh, scared the old lady with that one pretty good. Well, folks, that was a pretty good trip to the bins. I actually filmed another video after my trip to the bins. So between that and it being late at night or late in the evening, I've completely forgotten what all we picked up today. So this is about to be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. So there it is. There's the haul for the day at the bins. Let's go through it and see what we got. First off is the bag itself. That's a brand new IKEA bag. Picked it up. They don't weigh anything, so it didn't really cost us much. We got the yoga mat rolled up in a cut-off pair of jeans. That's really good shipping material. We'll put that right there for now. And of course it's going to fall and get right in my way. Let's scoot that out of the way. Let's see what we got. Another IKEA bag. This is one of those that zips up, and I've always wanted one of these. And I always told myself that next time I order IKEA bags, I was going to order some of these. Well, now I got one. Found it at the bins. They're just patient. Everything eventually shows up at the bins. Let's see what's next. This will be my electronics. We got the Texas Instruments TI-83 Plus graphing calculator. We've got a heat control for a Presto skillet. We got the cute little clock. I swear I cannot remember the name of the artist. This is from a painting that they did. Very surreal. But that's pretty cool. I kind of want it for myself, really. But we'll look it up and see. There is a remote control for an Altec Lansing, whatever that is. We got to look it up. Also, it was considered electronics was this pin. I don't think it's silver, but it has a digital watch function in it right there. So I'm going to clean that up and see if I can make it work. All right, we don't need that bag anymore. We'll throw that over there. Get it out of the way. Let's see, media. Got a stack of media here. Let's see. Got this DVD. I was surprised that it pulls pretty good money, around 15 bucks. Got a copy of The Never Ending Story. Personal use. What's that it? Over there. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. VHS. Bionicle, the movie. VHS. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? New Sealed. VHS. We got a Black Diamond copy of The Rescuers. I rarely ever see The Rescuers or The Rescuers Down Under, so I'd pick those up when I find them. We were down to our last copy of Cinderella. We found one within the last week or so, and it's the first one I had to list in quite some time. So now we've got a backup copy. There were quite a few other Black Diamonds there that they were either too badly damaged or I have too many of them in back stock already. So, yeah. Let's see. There was a Peter Pan there that was damaged, and there was a bunch of Aladdin and Jungle Book and what's the one with the lion? Lion Kings. But they were all in pretty rough shape, and I have plenty of those. So we didn't pick up any more of those. Let's see what else is in there. Bicycle part. I remember looking this one up. These, even used, as long as they're not damaged, and this one does not appear to be damaged, $40 to $60. Let's see. We've got a stack of hats. Most of them are for me. That one is vintage, and believe it or not, brings around $30. These three are for personal use. They're all new. They just need a little cleaning up. See, I got a bunch of stickers and little templates. Use these around the shop quite a bit. Let's see what else we got. We got this cute little knick-knack. These are vintage, and this one is kind of funny. They're usually signed. It's probably signed underneath the felt, but it's I mean, it's just funny. Let's go ahead. Everybody else does. The bird's about to give him a present. We'll put that with our knickknacks stuff. Let's see. We got several action figures and toys. This Littlest Pet Shop lamb actually sells for pretty good money. The rest of these we're going to have to look up. There's another one. Let's see, we got us another tape measure. Always good to have an extra tape measure. They're constantly disappearing out of this shop. And let's see, that little bag that we said we didn't know what it was, we're going to look it up. These are ferrocerium rods. What a ferrocerium rod is something that outdoorsmen use to start fires. You take something really sharp, like a broken piece of glass or the edge of a knife, and scrape that, and it throws really, really hot sparks so you can get a fire started. Basically, you can think of these as giant cigarette lighter flints. That's basically what they are. So, yeah, these are pretty cool. Let's see. Do I have a pocket knife on me? No, I do not. Let's see if we got something with a sharp edge on it laying around. We don't. You just have to take my word for it. It's a giant flint. It's great for starting fires while out in the wilderness. Again, personal use. I find a lot of personal stuff when I go to the bins. Let's see. We found the Gargoyles action figure. It needs to be cleaned. I haven't even looked him up to see what he's worth. We found several pieces of Lego just loose. The only thing even remotely related to, there's another action figure of Batman. The only thing related to minifigs, or Lego minifigs, was this little hairpiece. It'll go in my parts and pieces. The run-of-the-mill Lego parts, I've got a big bin of those, and as I fill them up, when I get enough to fill a 12 by 12 by 12 box, we weigh them up and we just sell them in bulk. All right, let's see. We got the jaw harp, mouth harp, Jew's harp is what the old name for it is. That's not a politically correct term anymore. And some office supplies. Lint brush, some command strip hooks. Wife is always asking me for these. And we found a couple of bags of gemstones. Yeah, when you first see these in the bins, you think something other than gemstones, but yeah. These are little feldspar crystals that are found here in Oregon in an area called Plush. When they have color in them, like red or green or teal or blue or a copper schiller in them, we call them sunstones. A long time ago, they were known as plush diamonds. But we'll go through those and see if there's any. I don't expect there to be any gem grade pieces in here. Didn't cost me anything to pick them up. I know what they are is because I spent a lot of time out there mining for sunstones. In fact, I have the honor of discovering the largest intact, terminated, as fully formed, sunstone crystal. It is in the Crystal Bridges Museum in Arkansas, and it has my name on it as the discoverer. Let's see, what else we got in here? Just some run-of-the-mill office supplies. So there you go. That's what we got at the bins today. And I think it was a pretty good haul. So thank you all for coming along with me on my treasure hunt. I appreciate each and every one of you showing up for my little videos. It means the world to me. And I hope to see you in future videos. So y'all come back now. You hear?